Shalom, Kahala Yahal, Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Kwakudash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect who are the house of David reborn again in this generation. And Shalom to the 130 Asherallah, who today are known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, who before losing their true heritage were known as the Israelites of the Holy Bible. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the application known as TikTok, and if you're a Hebrew Israelite, how you should not be using it, and in fact you should delete it right now. Now, to get started, let's read this first. This is Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Well, recently, just scrolling the internet, I came across this story that talked about how we're currently being spied upon, and one of the more blatant attempts of this spying on you is happening by the Chinese government, and they're doing it through a free application known as TikTok. Now, a lot of the brothers out there, this isn't going to apply to, because the apostles of Great Millstone a long time ago put out a decree that we should not be using Facebook or pretty much any other social media for personal use. And a lot of the brothers in the truth took heed onto that, and we're now seeing the benefits of it now that we're finding people getting arrested or found because of their social media details. Also, in this current story, right? Which apparently it pretty much hit home to where you got the story being even deleted from Reddit. Now, Reddit used to be a very viable and good source for news, right, against pretty much anything. But over the last couple of years, they've basically sold out. And one of the tall tale signs of them selling out is they delete any anti-Chinese post, right? And this is just one of the posts that were deleted, right? It tells you here, sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators. Now, this video ultimately goes to it went to a YouTube video where this guy, he basically, and also YouTube removed the video too. So basically, this is what the guy's video showed. It showed how he reverse engineered the application, and he basically told people what he found, and what he found wasn't pretty. Let's go and read the article and find out what he actually found. It tells you here, it says, the guy who reverse engineered TikTok reveals the scary things that he learned, advises people to stay away from it. Let's get rid of all this fluff and let's go down to what he actually says. It starts here, it says, so I can't personally weigh in on this. I reverse engineered the app and feel confident in stating that I have a very strong understanding for how the app operates, or at least operated as of a few months ago. TikTok is a data collection service that is thinly veiled as a social network. If there is an API, an application program input, this is basically like instructions, right? Like computer instructions. If there's an API to get information on you, your contacts, your device, well, they're using it, right? Phone hardware, CPU type, number of course, hardware IDs, screen dimensions, DPI, dots per inch, memory usage, disk space, etc. Other apps you have installed, I've even seen some I've deleted show up in their analytics payload, maybe using as cached value. Everything network related, IP, local IP, router, MAC address, your MAC address, Wi-Fi access point name, whether or not you're rooted or jailbroken. Some variants of the app had GPS ping enabled at the time, roughly once every 30 seconds. This is enabled by default if you ever location tagged a post in IRC. They set up a local proxy. Now this is a trippy part. Listen to this. They set up a local proxy server on your device for transcoding media, but that can be abused very easily as it has zero authentication, which means no login required to do this. So what they do is they set up a server, a program that runs on your phone, right? That basically sends your data to them, right? So basically, if you ever started using TikTok and you started noticing your phone's very slow, it's because they set up a proxy server within your phone, and that program is transcoding your files. So basically what they're doing is they're sending themselves all your files off of your phone, everything you have on your phone, your photos, the things you screenshot, you take, photos of, they're getting a copy of all that, right? And this program that they install into your phone can easily be manipulated because they set up this program and it has no password to log in, so they can access it, right? The scariest part of all of this is that much of the logging they're doing is remotely configurable, and unless you reverse every single one of their native libraries, have fun reading all of that assembly, assuming you can get past their customized fork of OLLVM. This is a programming language, or programming, pretty much a programming language, and manually inspect every single sophisticated function. They have several different protections in place to prevent you from reversing or debugging the app as well. App behavior changes slightly if they know you're trying to figure out what they're doing. There are also a few snippets of code on the Android version that allow for the downloading of a remote zip file, unzipping it, and executing said binary. There is zero reason a mobile app would need this functionality legitimately. So pretty much this TikTok program, if you're on Android, it basically downloads a virus into your computer for the most part, right? The remote zip file can be a file that can contain any type of file inside of it, but they basically download it from some outside website, and once it's downloaded into your computer, into your phone, it gets unpacked, and whatever is inside of it gets installed or ran, right? Be it a tracking system, I don't know, some other type of program that they're trying to have you run, or they're trying to run on your phone, right? On top of all of the above, they weren't even using HTTPS for the longest time, right? What this means is that the data that they're transferring and so that is basically being transferred over standard HTTPS, hyper transfer. Basically, it's not encrypted, which means anybody who is spying on your traffic, incoming and outgoing, can actually read what they're sending in and sending out. When it's HTTPS, it means it's encrypted, which means anybody who's spying on your data can't read it. But so for most part, all your data that they're transferring in and out of your phone is readable, or was readable for the longest time, it says here. They leaked users' email addresses in their HTTP request API, as well as their secondary emails used for password resets. Don't forget about users' real names and birthdays too. It was all publicly viewable a few months ago if you MITM'd the application. They provide users with a taste of virality to entice them to stay on the platform. Your first TikTok post will likely garner quite a bit of likes, regardless of how good it is, assuming you get past the initial moderation queue, if that's still a thing. Most users end up chasing the dragon, basically meaning that people get hooked on all the likes and they start wanting to get more likes, so they keep posting more and more and they get addicted to it. Oh, there's also a ton of creepy old men that have direct access to children on the app. And I've personally seen and reported some really suspect stuff. 40 to 50-year-old men getting 8 to 10-year-old girls to do duets with them with sexually suggestive songs. those videos are posted publicly. TikTok has direct messaging functionality. Here's the thing though, they don't want you to know how much information they're collecting on you, and the security implications of all of that data in one place in mass are friggin' huge. They encrypt all of the analytics requests with an algorithm that changes with every update, right? At the very least, the key change, just so you can't see what they're doing. They also made it so you cannot use the app at all if you block communications to their analytics host at the DNS level. And then let's go on. So basically the thing is like if you try to block all the spying mechanisms on this application, that app won't work anymore for the most part. And if you can spy within what they're actually doing, what they're sending in and out to their analytics program, which basically is a program that tells it analyzes what you're doing. What happens is that they encrypt that because again they don't want you to see what they're doing. Let's continue. For what it's worth, I've reversed the Instagram, Facebook, and Reddit and Twitter apps. They don't collect anywhere near the same amount of data that TikTok does. And they sure as hell aren't outright trying to hide exactly what's being sent like TikTok is. It's like comparing a cup of water out of the ocean. They just don't compare. I didn't even get that. It's like comparing a cup of water out of the ocean. Okay. Well, I guess this guy's not good on analogies. So basically, too long didn't read. This is the surmising of it. I'm a nerd who figures out how apps work for a job. Calling it an advertising platform is an understatement. TikTok is essentially malware that is targeting children. Don't use TikTok. Don't let your friends or family use it. So there you go, Akim. If you're out there, if you or any of your loved ones that you can direct have TikTok, advise them to remove it. Because remember, we're going into some hard times here in Jacob's trouble, right? We're already starting to see all the crazy things that are happening, man. And you know, don't believe that you're going to be safe because of your anonymity, man. These programs like TikTok, even though it's the Chinese government that's pulling out the data, remember, the Chinese government and the American government, even though they're pretending to be enemies, they work together, all right? And the thing is that your data can easily be sent to these devils that might one day use it against you. So again, this is Matthew 10:26. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. Right? Because you got to remember, in this place known as America, or as it's known in the Bible, Babylon the Great, we're basically prey here, man. We're prey, and you know, it tells you in the Bible that we need to watch our step. Right? This is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city that is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Right? Because everybody here is so used to the captivity, so used to having everything spied on, that they don't even care anymore. But I'm warning you, Akim. You need to get out of that, you know, apathetic stance, man. You need to start watching out what you're doing. If you still have Facebook, you still have Instagram, you still have like a personal YouTube, and I'm talking about personal stuff. If you have these accounts where you're just posting spiritual, you know, stuff where it's not even your face or anything personal with you, that's fine, right? But the thing is like you should be getting off of these social medias, man. And if you really want to share something online, then go buy your own website. And again, it only costs you about like $20 per year to buy your own website name, and about another like $60 to buy a space of internet land so you can post up all your photos and all that stuff. Use a program called WordPress. So, you know, so hopefully this video was edifying. I know it was a bit techie, but you know, it was made for those that need to hear it. So until the next time, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakok, Radash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect. Shalom.